crown like Braun, yeah. Make it some and I'm spending some. What's the plan? Bet I get it done. It's me, yeah, neighborhood. It's me.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Point League Talk Show here. As always, it's your host, Andrew, and I have my special guest as always, Gibson. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man.
Now, you know what time it is, right?
Playoff.
It is the playoffs, baby. I hope that you guys are as hyped as we are, but we got some pretty big news. If you were not here the other day, we gave a big news update on Point League. So we are transitioning from 4 teams next season, which will start in 2 weeks after the playoffs. We're going from 4 teams to 6 teams now, and we are going to be playing every Monday and every Wednesday now. So you guys are going to be playing 2 days a week now. There's going to be more teams. There's going to be less people on a team, which means more playing time for you guys, and it's going to be pretty big. I think we got
more competitive too.
It's going to be very competitive. Now, the teams have been randomly created by skill level, so all the teams are evenly distributed with skill level players. And the way that the staff got to pick their teams is we put all the team names in a hat. We pulled, that's who we get. So Gibson, what do you think looking forward to next season? Now, you know your team. I know my team. The kids do not know their team. How are you feeling about your squad for next season?
Pretty confident. I think that I like that it kind of switches it up from the draft, and we don't end up with too many lopsided teams or lopsided victories or anything. So everybody kind of goes in even playing field, and we'll see where the chips fall with trades and stuff like that.
Right.
Teams may get worse, teams may get better, but we can't go into the league now anymore saying that, oh, this team's stacked, oh, this team's that, when it's pretty fair now. You know,
Right.
I took a look at the list of teams you made up, and it was pretty good. So
yeah, I'm
excited.
I'm excited, and we also talked about upping the quarter length so the players can get a little bit more stats under their belt.
Yep.
And I'm in the process of making a new rule about possibly adjusting the steal players rules at the end of the season. Let me know what you guys think about this. Also, you let me know what you think. First place team gets to save 2 players. Okay?
Okay. Is that your only thought?
The bottom team gets to steal 2 players. So first place team gets to save 2 players. Bottom team gets to steal 2 players.
I'm not sure. I think maybe stealing players could end up being...
They could tank.
Yeah.
So maybe we won't do that. It's a thought. It's a thought.
Yeah.
It's a thought. But we're going to go ahead and jump right into the playoffs and see who's going to be playing who. So the team that finished first place was obviously Hoop Dreamers. They started off first game 0-1 and continued on a 9-0 win streak. And they will be playing against the Eagle squad, who they started off a little hot in the beginning, but then they kind of just fizzled out. I think they made a lot of moves and they just haven't got that chemistry yet. But I'm not gonna lie, out of all the teams that I could have gone up against in the first round, Eagle squad is the team I did not want to see in the first round. So what are your thoughts on Eagle squad? Because I'm pretty sure we played them on Wednesday, and we barely beat them. Like, it was like a 2-point game.
I mean, with Caden and Xavier, those are both really tough players to play against. You got Caden, Defensive Player of the Year, and you got, Xavier, who's just a force to be reckoned with. I'd put him up there with, like, Gavin when it comes to dunking and stuff.
Right.
You just kind of want to get out of his way. I think the kind of the dark horse here is Liam.
And they got Noah now, too.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Noah, yeah. That makes it really tough. And then Liam can pop off at any time too. Liam's a streaky shooter, but when he's hitting, he's hitting.
Right, and he was hitting last week, and he was a league leader in 3-pointers, or actually tied with Peyton Castro with 11 3-pointers made on the season. So
yeah, that's not surprising.
Yeah,
Liam can shoot that thing.
Liam finished with 57 points. That's leading the team. Second behind him was Caden with 51, and Noah, who just has only played like 2 or 2 to 4 games maybe all season
Four.
already has 25, and that's with limited playing time too.
Yeah.
So he's already their third leading scorer. And then like Xavier hasn't played all season, but he's got 19 points, 10 boards. Walker and Carter have been chipping in there with 5 points and 8. And I mean, you got guys like Trey who can, like, we haven't seen a lot of Trey. He just hasn't been in the gym when we've been playing, but he's a guy who can pop off. And CJ, he's a nice, solid role player for them as well. So I mean, it's gonna be tough for my team. But
Yeah.
taking a look at the Hoop Dreamers, you got Thomas. Obviously, he's an MVP candidate player. 70 points, 31 rebounds, 21 assists, 12 steals on the year. Devin and Braylon, also a nice little duo. Devin 58 points, Braylon 46. And then we have new players that have come on, like Dom with 23 points, Jackson 14, and Skylar with 18. And
That's a tough team.
we also have your guy Aiden, who we've decided that we're gonna give him Draymond Green, I believe is what we decided with. But I mean, we don't necessarily have like I'd say for sure Thomas and Braylon are like top players in the league, but they're not necessarily maybe top 5.
Yeah, and Braylon's one of those guys,
They're close.
Braylon's also streaky, but Braylon makes the big shots when it matters.
Right, he's kind of like when the game, like a clutch player.
Yeah.
But like I think like Braylon, like when he next year, like when he grows just a little bit, if he grows to be like his brother, like he already shoots better.
Yeah.
Like
Handles the ball
he
better.
handles the ball. He sets up the offense.
Good passer too, yeah.
We'll just have to see. And like,
And then you got Thomas.
Yeah,
And Thomas is good.
I'm really loving the addition of Jackson. Honestly, I think he's going to be a solid player, and I'm excited to see what these guys can do in the playoffs. I'm hoping the moment doesn't get too big. The only problem I will say with my team is they bicker a little bit.
That's all the team.
It does come down to playing time, but the thing is, we're trying to get everybody involved. But playoffs, I mean, if we're going to go with what we feel is best, and if we get the ball movement and playing like we have been all season and don't become selfish when it matters the most, I think my team will beat this team.
Yeah.
So looking at the teams, what is your final score prediction? 10-minute quarters or 10-minute game?
I don't know if I have a final score prediction, like to it like an exact number, but I'm gonna say.
Or like, what's the point differential? Like, how close do you think it's gonna be?
Close. I think it's a single-digit game, but I think Hoop Dreamers comes out on top.
All right. I'm not. I don't want to be that guy that's like negative, but I don't know if my team can pull this one out.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried. They gotta come to play. That's all I gotta say. Like if Eagle Squad comes out guns blazing and they shoot and are playing like they did, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
But that Eagle Squad's another team that can get rattled really easy. So if we can get in their heads a little bit, we might be able to pull something off. In the next game, we have the number 2 seed with Noodle Squad. They have Gavin, Bailey, Quinn, Grayson, Peyton, Coulter, and newly acquired Preston. What are your thoughts on that team?
I think Preston was a really nice addition to the
too.
team. He's a good ball handler. He's calm, cool, collected most of the time, and he can step out, hit a 3, and even it's a floater here and there. But
Right.
he usually takes pretty good care of the ball.
And we got to see Noodle Squad without Gavin for the first time, and it was a little rough for them. I mean, I will say
I think Peyton just has to adjust when
Right.
Gavin's not there. But
the only thing I will say with this team, they don't have like a hype guy, if that makes sense. Like Gavin will like perform the highlight plays, but they don't have like, I need somebody to step up and be a leader for this team, like to get their team going. It's too much like casual, too cool for me, like in a way, if that makes sense. Like,
Yep.
like Peyton's a good ball player. He's one of the best players in the league. He's an MVP candidate. Like, I need him to be
the leader.
Like Chris Paul, like be that vocal guy, get your guys set up, like just bring the energy. And like even like I think Grayson could be one of those guys too. He's loud. But yeah, it's just, I feel like it comes down to energy. I think it's the energy for them. They could go all the way if they have the right energy, but if they get too relaxed, too laid back, I don't think it's going to go well for them. And then we have your team, the Rhino squad, finishing up in the 3rd seed, and I will say I was highly impressed with how your team played on Wednesday. You will not have AB for the playoffs, so that's going to be a big miss right there. But who are you looking to kind of step up on your team with the absence of AB?
Probably Nathan and Cole. But Cole? I as you can see here, it's a pretty good spread between 4 or 5 players.
Right,
there.
This bottom 4 right here.
Yeah.
You got AB, Braylon, Tony, Ollie, Brevin, Nathan, Cole, and Jack. I will say the only thing with your team is you don't necessarily have a true point guard, but that's what I said. Brevin's he's like Ben Simmons.
He's what Ben Simmons should have been.
He 75 points on the year, 28 rebounds, 13 assists, 9 steals, 7 blocks. But a number that's actually impressing me, look at Nathan's assists. 17 assists.
Nathan is a guy that he brings, if he has a chance to bring the ball up or gets the ball around half court, he's already looking for the guy it's open. And that we got a lot of wide open layups because it was just a simple pass to the rim that he saw. Instead of taking his own shot, he was unselfish and just found Cole or Jack underneath wide open when people would miss their defensive assignments.
Right, and he's been somebody who's made the top 10 plays already a lot because of his passing. So a big man that can pass the ball like that, always good.
Yeah.
Now, since this is your team, I'm gonna make the final predictions here.
And I'm going with my squad.
I don't know.
We play Noodle. Yeah.
The only thing I think is going to be a problem for Noodle is your guys' size.
Yeah.
If you have Cole playing, this is a ball game because you got Brevin, Nathan, Cole, and Jack.
Yeah.
You could start that big group. Ollie comes in, Braylon comes in, knocks down some outside jumpers. That's the other thing. If they have Gavin, you're not going to get that inside stuff. So it's just, I feel like this is going to be a close game as well. All these matchups are going to be good, but I'm gonna rock with your team. I think if somebody on Noodle Squad can be a leader and step up and get their guys going, Noodle Squad will win this whole thing. I think they'll even beat my team. But if they play like how they've been playing with no energy and it's just kind of casual basketball, like pickup, they're not gonna win it. I will say your team has the best energy out of all the your team and my team I think has the best energy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. Drop in the comments who you guys think are like sleeper teams, who you guys think are people to watch out for, and that's another good thing. Take one player from each team who you think could be like a playoff surprise, like who's gonna be like that Klay Thompson like Game 6 type of vibe, like who from each team. For my team, I think it's gonna be Jackson. I think Jackson's gonna have a good playoff.
Yeah, I think for Hoop Dreamers, Jackson. Noodle Squad, I'm gonna say Quinn.
I would say Quinn too.
Quinn or Preston.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Peyton's gonna show up. I'm hopeful Peyton will show up.
Well, but Peyton's already one of the 2 established better players.
I'm saying I think he's gonna hit it into the next gear. For Rhino,
for my team, I think it might be Jack. I'm
gonna go Cole. I think Cole's gonna have a big. I think Nathan could have a big series too.
Cole, especially that first game, Cole will have a big. He'll have the defensive assignment of guarding Gavin.
Right. Looking at Eagle Squad, this is tough. If Trey plays, I think Trey could be solid.
Maybe Carter, but I think of the new addition, Noah.
Yeah, Noah
will be a big thing.
I think we might see prime Noah here in the playoffs. We haven't got the full experience.
I'm here for it. I'm ready for it.
But we'll see if he did say that he would be interested in coming to the Hoop Dreamers next season. So we might have to see. Might have to make something happen. But we're gonna go ahead and jump into the awards here and talk about what kind of awards are out there and who could possibly be winning those awards. So first up, obviously, let's get the big one out of the way, MVP. So we're going to give our top 3 candidates. We've already picked the winner, but we're going to give you guys who's already on that list, and you guys can drop in the comments on who's on there. This was very tough. I feel like this was probably one of the toughest awards because there's a lot to take into it. It's about how well you play as a team. What was your description of MVP? You gave a really good. You gave a really good
I think the
description
MVP is someone that is not necessarily the best player in the league, but the most valuable to your team. So let's say, for the Denver Nuggets in the NBA, for example, you take Nikola Jokic off that team, they're not anywhere near as good as they are. And Jokic isn't the best player in the NBA, but he's the best player for his team, and he's the most valuable. You take him off that team, the Nuggets are not the Denver Nuggets that they are now. So for our teams here, it's like it might not be the best player in the league, but it's the most valuable. You take that player off that team plummets.
Yep. So people that made that list are Thomas is a finalist for the MVP, Gavin, Peyton, and Brevin. So we'll have it's a pretty stacked list up there.
Yeah.
So those were the MVP candidates. Let's move on to the defensive player of the years. We have Braylon Stein, who is up there, and he will also be joining his brother Caden on there as well. And then also joining him as a finalist is Nathan. So what do you think about that list?
I think that's a really solid list. I mean, it's going to be really tough to beat out Caden with 20 steals.
Right.
But sometimes being a great defensive player isn't necessarily how many blocks and steals you get. So it's how good a deep can you guard your man? Can you be in the right place, right time? Even just contesting shots.
Right.
We look at that too when we're looking for defensive players, just people that slow guys down. Like you said, even players like Cole,
right?
That when they have a defensive matchup like against Gavin or somebody like that, he wasn't blocking Gavin, he wasn't doing it, but he was slowing him down. Yeah.
Next up, we have Offensive Player of the Year, and joining that crew is going to be Liam, Brevin, and Peyton Castos.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
And that's just like strictly offensive output.
Right.
That's,
points, assists, all of it.
Yeah,
So,
anything that you do on offense.
running the offense, all kind of stuff like that. I think all of our categories are really good.
Yeah.
We also have some new awards. It's called the Ice in the Veins Award. So it's somebody who shows up like a primetime player.
Crunch time.
So in that one, we have Mr. Peyton Casto, we have Liam Stowers, and we also have Braylon Stein in that as well. So I think that's a good candidate group right there. And then we also have many other awards for players in the league, but we'll finish it out here with Most Improved Player. Oh wait, Rookie of the Year first, and then we'll do Most Improved.
Okay.
So Rookie of the Year, we have Skylar in that category. We have Preston, and we also have Noah in that category as well. So rookies are kind of our younger groups,
but also like their first season playing point league. So.
Right. And then last is Most Improved Player. On that list, we have who was on that? That was Cole, Jack, and I think the other one was Quinn.
Yep.
Quinn, Cole, and Jack. So pretty good.
And that's just that's it doesn't even mean that you had 0 in your stats and all of a sudden you're this good. It can be little climbs up and improvement in stats,
stuff like that. So I think confidence and your.
So it's not just points. It's not like you
just
had
how well
0.
you transitioned from last season to this season.
Not like you had 0 points and then the next time you had 30. It's not even about points. It's did you get better? Was there improvement? So,
but that is going to do it for today's episode. And like I said, playoffs. We have spring break coming up this week, so we'll be off for a week. So enjoy your week off. Get the rest that you need. Get healthy. And then we have the big playoffs coming up. So it's one game, win or go home style. Predictions right now. Who's winning it all?
Rhino squad.
If you don't have to pick your squad, who are you picking?
Not picking anybody else. I got full confidence in my team.
Hoop Dreamers all the way, baby. You heard it here first.
Go crazy. Bro, pass me the rock. I've been moving out the box. Top speed going top. 101 going pop. Getting hot. In the paint, never flop. At the rim like who? Get the crown like Braun. Yeah. Making some and I'm spending some. What's the plan? Bet I get it done. It's me.